Okay, abusuya be makwaba shonko so edeba POG Media so. Yɛde mbɛkɔ political highway ne so highway ne deɛ ensɛm bebree wɔ so a yɛn so yɛagye pene sɛ ɛbɛme abadwafoɔ no ahu deɛ ɛkɔ ɛne deɛ ɛba abusua yɛn mbɔ nwura yɛn nsɛm mu no ɛyɛ NDC re-declaration a ɛne day ɛyɛ electoral commission ebe declare abano ɛde ma ɛyɛ NPP amanyoku no yɛde kan de bi abrɛmo ɛyɛ NDC for no ɔmo sɛ saa process na ɛkɔɔso no process no ɛyɛ illegal, so their hands are not in that illegal process a ɔmo akrashi mensa ɛwɔ ɛyɛ EC headquarters a ebusua nneɛma a ɛkɔ so ɛwɔ EC headquarters no enye asem ketewa akra omode omo kyerɛ sɛ aka 2 days na kyerɛ sɛ reset na ye ba be reset Ghana no ahyase na they are going to fight Mensa and her EC officials till their last breath, all because of their illegal criminalities are ekoso ewo eye EC collation center. Abusuya credit goes to eye Dr. Rashid Tanku ono ena yete se okasa no na ebepese ebe mako na yakwakuti ensema ekos na ansa na ebeko no se owo ensem kan bi afahye your comment section like na share ma front so ensa into me enkabi aha POG Media so madam say
make sure that the wrongs going on here will be corrected at the legal process. We are not going to allow this. We have observed this. I have been informed appropriately by my national chairman, the general secretary, and my boss, Dr. Mahama, to assure the nation that the NDC is not part of this illegality and will not be part of it and will not recognize anything coming out from it. But that is it. That is our plan.
But we serve it on the easy.
We served them. They were served. They were served through their legal counsel. They have legal counsel, and they were served properly. In fact, the document was given to them and they received notice of service. They are aware of it. They are aware of this service. Our people who are here are not aware of that process. They were not in court. They didn't know that this process had been served. That's why you saw them here. And when I'm here, I've informed them appropriately. They are not aware because they were not in court. Have you seen our candidates here? Have you seen any of our candidates here? Because they were there and they deposed to the affidavit that we filed. And so, if one of our party people are not aware, they come, that doesn't authorize that thing that they are doing. It's an illegal activities, and we are not going to be part of it. I'm just telling you, that is the position of the NDC, being sent by the leadership of the party to come and tell the general public that whatever is going on here, they should be rest assured. We will battle it to casket. I'm telling you, nothing is going on.
Have indicated that they do not recognize the coalition exercise that is going on.
We are not going to take kindly with what is going on. We are not part of it. We will not respect whatever is coming out from it, this process, because it's an illegal process. Completely illegal. In fact, our attention has been drawn. That's why I rushed down here to address the general public. Let the NDC supporters be aware that, look, they should be rest assured. Leadership is in charge. And we will make sure that the illegality going on here will be reset by the reset process. It's left with 2 days for us to start the reset.
With just 2 days until the members of parliament elect are sworn in, the Electoral Commission is obviously racing against time to decide on what to do with Akroma North. From
the NDC has meanwhile rejected the collation and declaration of results for the 3 outstanding constituencies, labeling the process as illegal and unlawful. Director of Legal Affairs for the party, Addo says the party has filed an appeal and stay of execution against the Accra High Court's ruling that ordered the Electoral Commission to complete the collation of the results. To the Black Star Square because final preparations are underway for the inauguration ceremony of President-elect John Mahama. It's all hands on deck for the people who will be playing various roles on the day. Lampos and the roads leading into the Black Star Square have been draped in the colors of Ghana, creating a powerful visual display of national pride. Clerk of Parliament Emmanuel Ahuma says all is set for Tuesday's event. He has also been providing details of the event.
Preparations are far advanced for Tuesday's ceremony. I can tell you that all the people who will be playing critical roles on the day are here today, busily working, even on a Sunday. So on a normal day here at the Black Star Square, on a Sunday, it's quiet here. But this place is buzzing with a lot of activity this afternoon because of the event that would be taking place on Tuesday. We're privileged to have with us here the production designer here. Let's speak to the production designer, Tony.
I mean, it's what should I call it? It's an area that has been set up to house Parliament, if you want to call it, because this is a parliamentary event, and we have section areas for different categories of people, and then we've been able to section it in different theme colors. I mean, of course, taking the theme from our flag, So we have the yellow section, and that's supposed to house the president-elect, the chief justice, the speaker of parliament, and the vice president-elect. Okay, that's in the middle. In the middle of the yellow section. Yeah. To their right will be the spouses of the presidents and other dignitaries. That's the side. That's that side, yes. Yeah. And then to the left of that is going to be all the invited presidents that are coming. For the event, yes.
We already know 10 heads of state will be coming. We're told 2 vice presidents, 2 former presidents would also be in as well. Okay, so this is the setup for the yellow session. Okay, so now the green session?
Yes, so the green session is for all the dignitaries that have been invited to be here. Okay. So both the green section and the red section are going to be for anybody who has an invitation to be at the inauguration, and that's where they are going to be. Now, beyond that is the black section. Okay. And the black section is going to house parliamentarians and then their spouses, both on the left and right of them. Yes.
Okay. So parliamentarians will be in the middle and their spouses will be
flanked on the sides. Yes, flanked on the sides. Okay. Yes.
And then we have the red section here. Also for invited
guests and other dignitaries. I don't really have all the names and numbers, but I mean pretty much that's what it is. Yes. Okay. That there in the middle is where the ceremony will happen.
Okay.
Yes, right
so
here.
This is where the president-elect will hold the sword. After taking the oath, swearing the oath, you stand here and then hold the sword of authority.
Correct. That's where it's going to be.
But we have the Clerk of Parliament here with us. Let's speak to the Clerk of Parliament.
Preparations in advance. We are virtually done. It's just a matter of arranging the chairs, putting the rest of the carpet, tidying up the place. Where we have to do the electrical works to ensure that microphones are working, everything is in order. Those are the fine details we have to do. Some embellishments here and there which cannot be done now. Okay. It should be close to the eve of the event, probably tomorrow, by close of day tomorrow. The square would have been ready, would have been properly swept. The place will be locked up from public interference. Nobody comes in here to sweep the place and guarantee the safety and security of all Ghanaians who will be here that day. So we are on course, as you can see.
Okay.
And when we get here,
the program lineup.
The program lineup is very clear. We come in here. Obviously, the judiciary come in. They normally process into the chamber. We have designated points where they will process into the chamber. They take their seats. The Chief Justice goes to the dais to sit at the appropriate place. Speaker, entourage with the clerks at table enter the chamber and calls the House to order. We would have been expecting the President and the Vice President-elect arrival. Once they arrive, and then we have signal. The speaker gives indication, invites the leaders, majority, minority leaders, to join us to receive the president and the vice president at the central lobby here. So the president's entourage joins the speaker's entourage into the chamber, and after that, the program now continues. Speaker welcomes them into the house and, indicates the main event for the day, which is administration of oath, invites the Chief Justice to proceed to the days, calls His Excellency the President and Vice President-elect in succession to take and subscribe to the oath. Okay. So that's it. The oath starts with the Vice President, and after that, you do the President, because that's the climax.
Okay, great. So you say that for now, like you rightly mentioned, all is set and we're ready.
All is set. Everything is set. We are ready. We're just waiting.
Well, another day, another inferno, because fire has razed over 100 stores and 30 shops at the Kwadoso Wood Market in the Kwadoso Municipal Assembly of the Ashanti region. The devastating fire swept through the wood market on Saturday, ravaging the main sawmill, destroying major plants, equipment, and thousands of cedis worth of wood. The affected victims are calling for support from government and other philanthropists after losing over millions of cedis in the fire. Nana Addo has more in this report.
The fire at the Kwadoso Wood Market caused huge damages to millions of properties in the wood market on Saturday evening before the intervention of the fire service. The blaze spread rapidly and ignited an explosion in a nearby ECT power supply chamber, causing a more devastating impact. Some of the victims say the fire service used more than 5 hours to fight the fire to avoid spreading to the nearby houses. Most of the victims are calling on the incoming administration to launch an investigation into the matter and also come to their aid.
She said, "You be no way fire. You nas. Just you never
She says, what has happened here is new to us. We need the help of the authorities. We need you to come to our aid."
And when I came to the scene, to be frank, the fire was very great because it was something that we, the boys here, we cannot do anything about it. So we need to call the fire service for them to come so that they will come to our aid.
The assembly member at the Nsiasari electoral area at the Kwadoso municipality, Richard Tutu, speaking to Joy News, said no life has been lost, but the most affected items are the wood products and the milling machines.
It affected so much, and a lot of, I can say, they've lost a lot of properties here. A lot of properties here have been lost. Have you been able to quantify how many traders have been affected? About 30 years. Going forward, what will be done? We've just started the investigation on what caused the fire. So the assembly too will come in for us to know what to do in the near future.
Investigations are currently underway to identify the cause of the fire. For Joy News, Nana Addo, Kumasi.
Still on fire outbreaks, pressure is mounting on the government to immediately halt the trader-led reconstruction of the Kantamanto clothing market following a devastating fire on Thursday, January 2nd. The blaze claimed one life, destroying over 1,000 stores and caused losses worth millions of Ghana cedis. Despite the tragedy, traders have begun rebuilding their stores at the site. MP-elect for the Buako South constituency, Dr. Kingsley Agyemang, speaking to journalists shortly after his registration in Parliament, insisted that the reconstruction must be government-led to ensure proper standards and safety.
The fire that started at 1:20 a.m. on Thursday, according to Kantamanto Traders Association, affected over 7,000 shops and approximately 30,000 traders. claiming one life. Here is Chairman of the Kantamanto Traders Association, Samuel Amo, in an interview with Joy News.
I know somebody died from where the fire started. He was made to understand that he just passed on, and that is the casualty, the only casualty that I know of. When we talk about people that have lost their goods, where we are standing now, there are over 2,000 shares here, and you know there are about 7,000 shares were lost to the fire. It's over 7,000 shares.
The National Fire Service battled the blaze for over 12 hours before successfully extinguishing it. However, less than 24 hours later, traders have already started rebuilding their shops in a bid to prevent authorities from redeveloping the area.
So they are pleading with government to come to their aid. According to him, when it happened in 2013, government supported them. They are not expecting anything different. They don't want new shops. They don't want anything. All that they are pleading is that they want government to support them.
But I say na pamo aha pamo because your baby a more ye di moja and I Ghana for no so no your baby a to ya de ne baby ye di edwa because more ebi o Ghana ha bebre but wo kwa abusan wo se nipa dodo se ne gu mo ho but Kantamanto ani pa ati wo mo ne nipa ketwa so ati ase o because population we o fa long short to sisi ana hwe megu a metima ka tro say about the 50% ne bi o mu okunu 85 no nyina ni kunu Kantamanto na etete wo mo beto mu kura nkola 2 ne 3 but e bia mo wan say bia mo besi amo acha manipa mo emoa because force niema ne nton wo mo because an edi adwa wo table so aha no kura hende Ghana na di ura kanta ha utimi de bo obra.
The chairman of the Kantamanto Traders Association, Samuel Amo, is also urging authorities to assist the affected traders to rebuild their structures.
We know the government, the NPP or the NDC or whatever will be in power will help us.
That's a story on the aftermath of that devastating fire outbreak last Thursday. We can now listen to the MP-elect for Ebuako South constituency, Dr. Kingsley Agyemang, who, speaking to journalists shortly after his registration in Parliament, insisted that the reconstruction of the Kantamanto market must be government-led to ensure proper standards and safety.
My greatest sympathy to all the affected traders at the Kantamanto market. I hear they are reconstructing the market. I have a very strong opposition to that. We can't continue to do the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. The reconstruction of the market must be done by the government with pre-engineered or well-engineered structure, because we can't continue to reconstruct this market the same things that gave up the fire. In as much as it's a very difficult thing and I sympathize with them, the government must take the reconstruction, properly engineered pathways, proper wiring, anything that will make good for a very good market. Act 1061, Section 218 of the Insurance Act of 2021 is very clear that commercial buildings or commercial places must be insured against fire, public liability, storms and stuff like that, so that we can enforce, government will enforce for the purchase of insurance. Because the way they are constructing, like the previous ones, are all insurable. You can't insure Kantamanto market with these construction materials. So our risk exposure is very high. And we must get it that it is a business they are running. They are not charities. If you are doing business, insurance is a very legitimate cost line or cost item. Insurance is not expensive, especially some of these commercial buildings or commercial insurances that are backed by law, that is compulsory, that everybody undertakes. I think the rate is between 0.15% and 0.2%. For ease of calculation, if a value is let's say 1 million Ghana cedis, you use a higher one, which is 0.2%. The premium that is payable annually is just 2,000 cedis. So it's about time that we take some of these things very seriously. The act has been it's in place. It's up to us to enforce it. But you can't enforce an act with the kind of construction that happens in places where we all patronize that much. I hear Kwadaso Wood Village 2 is on fire. My check from the industry shows that KJTR market was previously insured, but from 2022, they've stopped paying premiums and they are not on cover. Look at this thing that a lot of money went into it, KJTR market. It's uninsured as I speak with you. We can't continue like that. Tantamount, the government must stop the reconstruction by the traders. We sympathize with them, but the basis for which they are reconstructing is a recipe, or we are just waiting for another fire to happen after all the reconstruction.
We have more stories after this break.
Okay, abusuya wene ensema ekoso. Our political highway so Dr. Rashid Tanko and Orches and then paying for Dr. Omane Boamamo, Chairman General, Esidun Kitia, and I just say Omsumana or Desa and Semino, Abetu Jana, or say Omobe Fisi, Electoral Commission, so their last breather in ye easy crab. See, I better must say some Japan Kokotsi, Odiwi, Ede MI, POG Media, so, Madam Master.